Oh, there we go. This is like real
production.
real production shit.
Oh,
I think
Savannah.
her name's Savannah.
Havana.
Yes, wait. Of course I can't see you because of the. Oh, I got you.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I want to see the scotch vintage.
This episode of Mr. Beautiful Finds Your Beautiful is sponsored by The Committed Pig, the #1 burger restaurant in all of New Jersey. Melon. Keep your melon nice and tight and clean with melon. And Glenfiddich, the finest single malt scotch on the market.
Cheers. All right.
Look at this. We got sponsorship. Episode 1. We never even wrote a pilot episode yet.
Or a script.
Nothing. We don't even have a guest for the first show.
We don't. We have liquor.
So let me explain to you guys what this show is about. You know, for years, people always ask me, well, what's the whole Mr. Beautiful thing? Quite simply, it's not that in-depth. It's not an ego thing. Growing up watching professional wrestling, there was a Mr. Wonderful, a Mr. Perfect. There was the model Rick Martel. There were all these larger-than-life personalities that I loved. So when I was younger, and me and my brothers used to backyard wrestle because that's the generation we came from, everyone needed a wrestling name. And that would happen to be my wrestling name. And at the time, I was heavy set and out of shape and, wasn't really that beautiful. And then, one thing leads to another. I'm on TV and I'm doing interviews and stuff, and I just happened to say it in one of the interviews similar to this. And people thought it was funny, and we kept running with it. And now, still to this day, I'm walking down the street, and people are like, Mr. Beautiful. So I'm like, all right, well, beautiful has taken a different shape for me these days. It's not about the wrestling or about the aesthetics. It's about finding the beautiful in everyone. And there are people, everyone, basically, when I first came up with the strong concept, the strong New York idea and the events, everyone has a gift. And I think when you find your gift and you share that gift, that's when you become successful. So the goal of this show is to find everyone's beautiful, or expose everyone's beautiful and help them find that path to success. My friend Jerry is here with me right now, who put this lovely setup together, and we're in his lovely home here in Mendham, New Jersey. He's very successful. He's found his niche in creating comfort food restaurants in New Jersey, and they do very well. And I'm proud to say I'm his friend, and I think that's where people find his beauty. My friend Shem, who's helping us sponsor this episode of the Mr. Beautiful Show, he works for a liquor brand. The guy's unbelievable at creating cocktails, and he's very knowledgeable when it comes to the beverage world. And that's his niche. That's what he's good at. And my goal for this show is to have different people on and have them tell us what they think it is, and then we'll kind of explore that idea and maybe find something else that might interest them. So without further ado, Jerry's going to throw me some questions, some Q&A, because I have found that, as much as I enjoyed being on television, I like being on television, and being in front of the camera, it's great. But where I tend to find I really shine and what I really enjoy doing is helping people grow, not only physically, but mentally. So Strong New York and me being a trainer kind of helps me do that. And I get to work with people one-on-one and lend my personality to help them find success in the physical, mental, and emotional side of the fitness world. So Jared.
So Ken.
Give me the goods.
Well, that was a good intro into what I was, what I think is on a lot of people's minds, and a lot of people, when they find out that you're my best friend and, that I know you, they know your persona, obviously, from some of the television shows and things that you've done. And, they form opinions really quickly, of course, and they say, oh, he's shallow. They either say, God damn, he's beautiful, is he single, can you hook me up with him? And then the other very, very small few say, oh, he's an asshole, or he's shallow, or that he's just really about that. He calls himself Mr. Beautiful, could come off a little cocky. I'm glad you went through that with the wrestling name, but really the point is that you went, that idea from the show, and now you're a personal trainer, which is so focused on your body and being
Well, it's
beautiful.
not so much focus, and I think that's a misconception. I think a lot of people, and there are trainers out there, there are plenty of people out there who get into the fitness world or the world of personal training or group fitness because they look good and people admire them for that. And people say, oh, I want to learn from that person because they aesthetically look really good. But to help someone else get to that point, that's the special sauce. That's what I find joy in, and I think that's what really good coaches and trainers do really well, is help other people find that success, because you can look really good and not know how you got there. There are great athletes out there who couldn't tell you why they're so great. They're just really good. They're blessed with that ability, and there are people who are blessed with great genetics. I happen to not be one of those people who's blessed with great genetics. I was really heavy as a kid. Being in shape didn't come easy to me. But what I find the most joy in is teaching other people how to do that. Exposing that, and everyone from my mother to my nephew to my clients, I want to help them get stronger and healthier, because I think a lot of people look at the fitness space as for the longest time anyway, was looked at as like, I have to be aesthetically pleasing, I have to look really good, I have to be in great shape. But I don't think it's that. And I think if COVID-19 has taught us anything, it's that it will make us healthier. We all want to be healthier. We all want to feel better. So the aesthetics, I feel, is the cherry on top of the cake, but the base of the cake is to feel better and live a healthier lifestyle and live more gracefully. I think there's a lot of people who get into fitness because they're like, I want to look a certain way, I want to lose a certain amount of weight. And those goals I don't even want to entertain, because it's just a matter of like, how do I get you into this everyday kind of understanding that being in shape and using the gym, going to the gym or having some sort of exercise routine is like brushing your teeth. It's just hygiene. It's hygiene for your body. So.
Yeah, that's good, because it kind of answers that question, that it's really not a shallow thing.
Yeah, it's not. I think I find the most joy in getting other people excited about fitness, and I enjoy the day-to-day process, which is hard for most people to understand that. You go to your everyday job and you're like chip away, and some people have jobs that they just they're just going there for the paycheck. I go to work because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get this person this, and then I'll get them this, and then they could do this, and then they'll have this, and then they'll have this. And I love watching them grow, not only physically, but also emotionally and mentally as well.
And it's funny because we've had the conversation, obviously I know you a lot better than most. We just happened to have the conversation about, watching your all your levels and your weight and whatever. And I was asking you, like, how can I measure this? Because I'm out of shape, which is why I'm on this side of the camera and you're on that side of the camera. But that has nothing to do with anything.
I've been pushing you for years.
I know. And he's not strong enough to push me over. That's how big I am. But you really put it interesting, because, put it to me interesting to say that, Jared, it's not really about like monitoring and watching and what your blood sugar level is and what this is. Of course, there's a health component to it, sure. And then you don't want to have cardiovascular or diabetes and other stuff. But as for supplements and checking this and weighing yourself and going crazy, tell them. I think people would be really interested to know in that answer, where I thought that measurement is really how you figure out whether you're doing well or not.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things, and what I tell all my clients, and I tell myself on a daily basis, is take care of the little things and the big things take care of themselves. So what are those little things? Well, I get up in the morning and I want to make sure I have some sort of plan as to like what I'm going to do for a workout. And even if I don't have a plan for it, I at least go and work out. I at least do something to get my heart rate up and feel better, right? I think a lot of days we focus on the things that like we want to avoid. Like, I don't want to take the train, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. But start to focus on the things that make you feel good. No one ever finishes a workout and says, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or oh, that felt terrible. Yeah, it probably feels terrible, but it also feels very rewarding. And the circulation, the things that are going on inside your body, the endorphins that are released, all that stuff that's going on is good. And I tell people there's nothing wrong with being strong. There's never a bad time to be healthy. You know, talking about COVID, I said you could catch all these things that will, you know, basically, if they don't kill you, they beat the hell out of your body. And I said, being a huge comic book fan and a superhero fan, you're like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool to get hit by a lightning bolt and be fast like the Flash, or get bit by a spider and you could swing through New York City,
Or Jersey,
wherever you're at. I think the gym is the only thing that could do that for you. You know, you do something, you pick something up, and you ultimately feel better, right? You do something that you didn't think you were capable of, and it changes your mindset. Like, all the ideas behind becoming a superhero, I think, stem from the gym, because there is that spark in your mind that you feel like, oh my God, I do feel better. I look better. It's everything surrounding that world helps you feel more like a superhero. I know doing races and stuff like that, as soon as I finished, you know, when I finish the Ironman or I finish a marathon, I'm like, God, it was grueling. It hurt. Whether it took 4 hours or 14 hours, you finish and you're like, oh, it's that idea of success, that if I could do this physically, what can I do mentally and, you know, professionally, whatever other arena that I'm playing in. That physical accomplishment helps carry over into other aspects of my life. And I want to teach other people that success, because the world will be so much better. Because, you know, I've said this time and time again that I truly believe that you could heal the world through fitness. If everyone felt comfortable in their own skin, if everyone felt happy about who they were, if every time you looked in the mirror and you felt really good, you know, there would be less animosity, there would be less anger, there would be less jealousy, because you're ultimately content with yourself, and you look in the mirror and you're happy about it. So you don't need what somebody else has, or you don't need to do something that somebody else does, because you're doing your thing, you know, and you're you, and you're happy about being you. So if everyone was doing that, then I think there would be less problems in the world.
Agreed. Now, you said, I mean, you know, I really don't know how serious it is, but, you know, because you hear people working out, you know, you said, oh, you can never work out too much, but you hear people getting hurt and whatnot. But you said even if you had 10 minutes of the day just to do something, is it really going to do anything for me?
Well, again, I heard that, I forget where I heard it, but I found it so interesting that I compare a lot of things to a car. Right? If you have a Honda Civic, there's 4 cylinders in a Honda Civic. So a cylinder, if you don't know what it is, in a car just pumps the gas into the engine, right? Ferrari has 12 cylinders, right? So that's more gas getting pumped into the engine. The more muscle you have, the more calories you could burn, the more efficient you run, like a car. So a great analogy of that is, okay, if I'm driving down the road and I don't have enough gas in my car, and I don't have enough money in my pocket, and all I have is $10, am I going to put the $10 worth of gas in my car so I could continue to go down this road, or would I just run on empty for the rest of the time, right? So instead of not doing anything, me doing 10 minutes, whether it's a couple jumping jacks, mountain climbers, I got my heart rate up. So me getting my heart rate up, one, you know, just on a surface level makes me feel better, but internally it's, you know, I'm getting blood circulating through my body. I'm releasing endorphins. I'm not sedentary. I'm using muscles that I wouldn't use if I was just sitting around. One of the most important things that I try to tell people is that if you don't use it, you lose it. You know, as we degenerate, as we fall apart, one of the things that interests me the most, because I lost a grandmother to Alzheimer's, and I lost my dad to Alzheimer's and dementia, and these degenerative diseases won't necessarily be stopped, but we could slow them down through physical activity and through fitness. So I encourage people to do that, because firsthand I lost people over those things. So the more we start to move the engine, the more we start to get in the groove and get things going in our bodies and not just sitting around doing nothing, the better off we are. Even if you're sitting down right now and you're at home and you're watching this, afterwards get up, because I'm going to make Jerry do the same thing, and we're going to do a couple burpees, and we broke his rower, so we can't use that. I broke the rower. So we'll do something just to feel good, because we've been sitting around all day, and it's better to do something than nothing, And I'm not saying not every day is Super Bowl, right? Not every Sunday's a big game, but doing something is better than doing nothing. Got any questions up there?
Yeah, we got some good questions.
Ooh, okay.
Here's one. He says, "Can we get some home?" Let's see, who's this? K. It looks like. Gentleman asked, "Can we get some homework from you?" So home workout. That's actually a good segue into what are you doing now? How do these people that are stuck because of this horrible epidemic? How are they working out at home?
So
how are they working out with you at home?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways you could work out with me, but a couple different things you could do for homework as well. So Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Those were like my sweet spots when I was at the gym. 6 p.m. And then I normally did some earlier class, but I know people aren't getting up as early. But 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do a Zoom workout. We'll put a swipe up in there so that you guys could go in and check out those Zoom workouts. But you can reach out to me through DM or through my website, kenny-santucci.com. And I've been doing a lot of remote programming and FaceTime workouts with clients. I've pretty much taken everything online and been working with people online. My clients that I work with all the time, that I see on a daily basis, I have about 5 or 6 of those. I'll take them to the park, but until this whole thing blows over, we're really not taking anybody else on that. But things that you could do for homework, like it sounds so cliche, and I know everybody says this, but years ago, there was a point where I was sleeping in my car and I didn't have an apartment, and I was kind of struggling a little bit more. And I had a little notebook, and I picked it up and I wrote in it, and I was like, this will be the last month I sleep in my car, right? And that week, or that month, I signed a lease on a new apartment, got a new apartment. And I said, I want to make $100,000 this year. I went from making nothing, working countless hours in my gym, getting that off the ground, because people think, oh, you own a business, you're making all this money. It's like, no, I got to pay everybody else before I pay myself. Good rule of thumb for people who own businesses out there, who say they own businesses, pay attention to that. Take care of your people before you take care of yourself, because they are the front lines of what you're doing. So I said I want to make 100,000, and I made 100,000. Then I said 150,000, and so on and so forth. So writing those things down, and putting it out in the universe. As much as I'm not a hippie or kind of free spirit like that, I kind of am in a way. I believe in like putting it out there in the universe, letting people know that you do this or you want to do this. And letting yourself know. If you put it down on paper, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to accomplish this. And it's kind of a message to yourself, to your self-conscious, and to everyone around you that this is what you're doing. So write down the things that you want to happen. Have some sort of game plan for the next day. Even if you don't accomplish it, write it down again. And write it down again, because consistency is king. No matter what you're doing, it's those 10,000 hours. I was just thinking, like 2-3 weeks ago, I was like, wow, how many hours of coaching do I think I've done up to this point? Have I put in my 10,000 hours? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. Because if I do 20 hours a week for the last 10 years, do the math. So very proud of that, and I'm still not where I want to be. You know, I think being content where you are, you know, you start to fall behind. So you got to stay hungry and keep moving. So the first two things I would say is stay hungry, keep driving towards what you want to do, and when you start to get, you know, content with where you're at, try to find something new to work on, and then writing down the things that you want to happen. For me, those are two important things that have helped me not only become hopefully a better trainer, but also a better person. You know, I'm not perfect. I know 100 people think I'm a piece of shit or whatever the hell they want to say.
100?
What?
100?
100 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about that. I'm always trying to be better. I'm trying to work towards the things that people point out to me. You know, you could take offense to everything. I think we live in a culture now where people are, oh my God, I'm offended, and everybody should feel sorry about it. No, any criticism towards me, I take it in, and I gave you reason to say that about me. So I fucked up, not you. I fucked up.
Arguably. Because some people, like you said, are just too sensitive.
For sure. No, but what I'm saying is that, you know, I think people take offense at things, cry about it, complain about it, and everybody should be sorry about it.
Yeah.
But if I've given you the reason to say something about me, right? If you were like,
I got you.
If you were like, Ken, you're fat and out of shape and you don't work out, I'd be like, that makes no sense,
Yeah.
right?
But if you said it to me,
but if I said it to you,
you'd be like,
you've given me reason to say that.
Yeah.
Right? When I break your balls about being out of shape and
Yes.
taking heart medication and
Yeah.
blood pressure medication, I'm like, you're fucking yourself up.
And
I'm not saying that to be a dick to you. I'm saying that because I care about you and I love you and I want you to be better. So how do I make you better? Well, you're clearly not listening to what the doctors are saying. So I might have to say it like a dickhead to you. And, you know, there are people who respond to that and there are people who don't.
But I speak Kenny, so I get it. And this is a good segue into a question. Well, first of all, Broski29 has said you're so hot like 45, maybe 50 times. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's Brian.
Bronski 45?
Bronski, yeah. So Torciello, we get it. We appreciate it.
I'm glad he's at least filling up the thread.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's filling up the thread, so I'm missing good questions. But Rachel, or Rach, I'm assuming, wants to know, she said, and this is a good segue into that, she needs somebody to yell at her when she works out. She needs somebody to push herself and hold herself accountable and stuff. And this is things that I've taken your class or have seen you work out, and I've kind of looked at it coming from a hospitality side where we never have to be aggressive with anybody. Yeah. And I've been like, Ken, you kind of like go over the line and like, this is crazy, but it seems like,
it's a different arena because some people respond to that really well. Think of it the way the military, right, treats personnel. Some people think it's harsh, but a lot of people respond to that really well. In playing sports, right? Most coaches are crazy, over the top, screaming at these guys. You know, it's their level of passion that they have for that. And some people respond really well to that. I've never been much of a cheerleader. I'm not that type of person. I've never been treated that way. I grew up in a household with a father who was a Marine and a cop, and, you know, when he screamed and yelled and stuff, he got everybody's attention, and we all fell in line. And, you know, I'm not saying that's the only way, and I'm not saying that's a good way, but it is a way, you know, and if that way works for you, and I've seen it 1,000 times with clients of mine, you know, it's a way to show people that you give a shit and then break down that wall. And now, you know, if anybody says that doesn't work, you know, not for everyone, but it works for some people, you know, and it worked really well with me. Some of my favorite coaches growing up were the ones who were rough on me because I knew they cared. I knew they wanted me to do well. You know, that came across. So if you didn't pay any attention to me, or you're telling me I'm doing a good job when I know I'm not, now I have no interest in what you're saying, because to me, you're just a fucking liar. Don't tell me that I'm doing a good job when I'm fucking up, you know? But if you're telling me, hey, you're doing a shit job, you need to pick it the fuck up, I'm going to respond to that. I'm going to be like, oh shit, okay, yeah, I need to change my game. So,
some people, you don't believe in trophies for everybody. You don't believe in participation
anybody
trophies.
Who does, you know, you're clearly a communist in some sort of way, right? Like if everybody, Jerry, you built these restaurants.
Yes.
If they just came to you and were like, hey, you own the most successful restaurants in New Jersey now, and you've done nothing to accomplish that, wouldn't you be like, wait, but what about everyone else who's been doing it?
Yeah.
You know? Or
I mean, I would accept it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, but
it's just
I get
one of those
it.
things. Like you to earn things is just so much more beneficial and teaches you so much more. Like failing is good.
Oh,
Failing
100%.
when I lose, when I fucked up, it's taught me so much more than when I won.
Yeah.
Winning's great. Everybody wants to win, but you only need one win to be a champion, right? It takes 1,000 failures to be a really good champion, right? So I think the people who've won, and I know how everyone hates Donald Trump now, and I know how it's so taboo to say anything positive about Donald Trump now. But 10 years ago, before he was president, and I remember reading a quote from him. He's like, I'd rather hire the guy who's failed before than the guy who's always won. You know, because failing helps you understand more about yourself, helps you understand more about whatever path you're on. So failing is good. And a lot of times I hate the word failing because you're not necessarily failing, you're just learning. I learned this, I learned that. Like when I lost a gym, I learned a lot about myself, I learned a lot about the business. I didn't go to business school, but I learned a lot about business through failing and through whatever you want to call that. So
Yeah. And I think Trump's exact quote was, I'd rather invest in somebody that made $1 million and lost it than someone that never made it at all.
Exactly.
So, and that's what it is. If somebody did hand me my restaurants, I don't think I would keep them as successful as they are now.
Exactly.
Because you don't understand what it took to get there. And
Exactly.
I'm not letting anybody take that away from me, just like you don't let anybody
Yeah.
take anything away from you.
So here's a perfect example in my life that I like to compare to when I was on television and somebody would just give me $2,000 or $3,000 to show up to a bar and just hang out. I'd spend that money frivolously.
I was
You know,
there. Yes.
I would throw it around. But the money that I earned through a job, I would treat differently than the money that was just given to me.
Of course.
So it's that simple. It's like when somebody's constantly giving you things, you don't cherish it as much as if you earned it. And that's a life lesson that I think everybody should go through. So if I lost as a kid, like I remember losing, I got most valuable player 1 year. I remember I was probably sixth grade, seventh grade, and I got most valuable player on my team. But I was so hungry to get most valuable player because every year before that, I didn't get it, right? So it made me hungry to want to be that guy. I saw how everyone treated the guy who won and the guy who was MVP, right? Everybody treats the MVP like he's an MVP, so you want to get to that point. If they gave every guy in Major League Baseball the MVP, it wouldn't be special. It wouldn't be something that people strive for. Like, we create awards and reward our champions because it gives everybody a goal to shoot for. Everybody wants to be that guy or that girl. And if you take that away and give it to everyone, it doesn't mean anything. You know, you're just another player on the team. So for me, it's stupid to say that everyone's doing well. In my classes, I would have some of the best athletes or the best participants in the class to come up and demonstrate the movement. You know I know how to fucking do the movement. I could teach it blindfolded. So I don't need to have me do it. I bring up the best person in class or the one who's there the most consistent or the one who I believe is the most valuable person in the class to demonstrate the movement for you. Because think about that new person in class who's standing in front of the class and they're like scared and intimidated. But I'm like, here's someone who was in your shoes 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, whatever it was, and they are demonstrating the movement with perfect form. Why are they doing that? Why am I having them do it? 1, because they earned that spot. 2, because they are so efficient at it. And 3, it's giving you now the inspiration to do what they're doing. You can be this person in 6 months from now. And I want you to be that person. I want you to look up to them and feed off them because their consistency led to this. I want your consistency to lead to that.
Nice. Well, okay, so Scott, yes, that there is a dog in the room. That's what you see running around.
Yes.
Thanks. Chris said it was a pig. But no, it is a Havapoo.
It is a
Yeah.
little doggy. Come here.
Little dog running around. No, it's okay. She's not. But she is eating all of Kenny's band, so the workouts may suffer. But I'm sure he'll let you know where to get some. Jessica Fernandez says she agrees with Brian that you're super hot, but she has a very good question in that, from the last segment of what you just talked about achievement. What's your favorite mantra? What keeps you going? What's something that, if you had to pick one of something that's going to make you wake up in the morning and do what you do and not give up like I do all the time, or like the people that just, say, all right, this is really fun. It's January 1st. We're going to get in the gym and stuff. How do you get from January 1st, January 30th? How do you get to June when you're still hungry for it?
I think,
Mantra.
yeah, treating life like a long workout, right? And the way I treat a long workout is I don't look at the road ahead. I take care of the little things, and the big things take care of themselves. The big thing is life. The big thing are those goals. The big thing is like 6 years down the road. But the little things are, I get up today and I work out. I eat a little bit healthier. I don't think about all 5 meals that I want to have through the day. I tackle breakfast first. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have some eggs, some oatmeal, some bacon, and I'm going to avoid that donut or that cheesecake or that French toast or whatever it is. And if I eat healthy and I take care of this thing right now, not worry about these 4. If I take care of this right now, then I'm good. Okay, perfect, good. Now I'm not worried about these 4, I'm worried about the next one. So I'm going to take care of this. So I'm going to eat a little bit healthier here. I'm going to do what I have to do here. And there's all this temptation, all these wants, and looking forward, I'm just getting lost in all this other shit. I just take care of this right now. Okay, good, great. So I took care of 2 now. 2 down, 1, 3 more to go, but I'm going to worry about this one right now. That's the way I want you to look at life. Don't worry about, I got my kids and my house and this and my job and all this shit. It's like, okay, what can I handle right now? Because the past is behind me. If I completely fucked up, which I have in the past before, I'm sure everyone else has. If I completely fucked up everything behind me and I have no control over what's 3 months down the road unless I handle what is in front of me right now. So what's on my plate right now? It's easy to be like, oh my God, we're in quarantine. I don't have a job. Okay, what could I do to better myself today, right now? Take care of this right now. Take care of the little things, the big things take care of themselves.
So monotasking. It's really about monotasking.
It's just breaking it down. It's like,
put it in front of you, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Watch the dish that's in your hand, don't look at the whole pile.
Don't look at the whole pile.
Yeah.
It's when I write a long workout up on the board, 100 air squats, 200 push-ups, 300 of this. I'm like, okay, I'm not worried about doing it all. I'm worried about doing the one that I need to do right now. If I could finish that task, then that's going to give me the ability to realize that I've already accomplished that. I can move on to the next thing and do the next thing really well. And when you start to break it down and stop looking at it like the big picture and getting overwhelmed by it, you just take it one by one.
Yeah, because I think that's like what I thrive in business that way too, but you can totally get overwhelmed. It's about surrounding yourself with positive people, and we talk about this all the time.
And that's another thing that people don't realize. It's like the people you surround yourself with. I remember sitting after all the GSP shit, sitting with you and Evan and Ryan, and I'm like, all right, here's 3 guys that I'm really close with, my 3 closest confidants and friends in life, and you guys are all super successful, and you guys make me want to be better. So surrounding yourself with good people is super important. We
always say that like you're the sum of your 5 closest friends.
100%,
which is true, and we've had to make some cuts in our lives. That we've had people that have either taken advantage of us.
Yeah.
When you're on the show and you're making money, and they just assume all this stuff is going on.
Exactly.
And then they want to be the first one at the table to drag you down or show you off or something like that. And I think you find out who your real friends are and who you're not, and you cut that negativity out. You keep with that positivity, like Evan and Ryan, you and me, and we formed that group. And look at us all now, which is awesome.
And I learn from you guys, and that's why you want to be surrounded by great people, because you'll learn lessons from them that they naturally do. Like I hope to think that like I've taught them different things and they've learned from me, but there are different things in the way they tackle life and the way they look at life and the way they treat life I've learned from what they've done naturally, and winners always find a way to win. Good people, and I've said this 100 times, good people will always do good shit. So surround yourself with good people. Jerry's successful at restaurants. He's found his niche, but I'm sure if we put him in any other arena, he'd find success.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, this question comes from, this is a good question. Sarah, looks like it's Sarah Nicole. She wants to know, she's a young athlete, and I know we talked about athletes compared to just somebody that wants to, do better with their body.
Yep.
If you can give one piece of advice to a young athlete, what would it be?
I was just actually talking with my buddy Dave, who runs a wrestling school in New Jersey for young athletes, and I was telling him the one thing that we both agreed on, he had mentioned at first, was that the things that you do that people don't tell you to do will show what type of person you are. If your coach is like, go to the weight room after practice, make sure you're lifting, get up in the morning and go for a run. Okay, sure, everyone's doing those things. What are those other things that you're doing that nobody else is doing? And they don't necessarily have to be physical. Are you getting more sleep? Are you eating better? Are you studying up on your skills? Like if I played football, am I studying the other team's playbooks and understanding what they might be doing, or studying film or whatever it is? I know when I wrestled, I'm like, all right, I'm going to wrestle this guy. What's his thing? Would I go see his matches that I wasn't there for, or would I study him on the mat and watch what he does? Because that's only going to make me better. And learning, a lot of people see successful people. There's so many great documentaries on right now. The Michael Jordan one that was on.
Tiger King.
Tiger King is another great documentary you can learn a lot from.
Good success story.
What blows my mind about all those people is that they were all at one point filthy fucking rich and had, just
That could be episode two.
That's a whole other story. But you learn from these guys. It's like what they're doing constantly. Their lives are engulfed, for an athlete, their lives are engulfed in this sport. So
engulfing yourself. She wanted one. Engulf yourself.
Yeah, I think it's doing the things that everybody else isn't doing that's going to make you successful. Going that extra mile is going to make you so much more successful. And I was hoping not to just give you a fucking cliche answer.
Yeah, but it's so true.
But it's true. It's like, do those extra things. Like, stay after. Do what you need to do to get a little bit better. Because some people are naturally great. I know I wasn't a naturally gifted athlete. That's why I would stay after practice and spend another half hour, 40 minutes, hour working out, drilling, because I wasn't that good. So I had to try to be better.
The Artistic had a good question. Said, "What's on your plate right now?" And I think that's a good time to tell everybody about, reiterate what's going on with the
right now.
Training.
What was my new goal, or my new kind of thing that I'm dealing with, is that, like, my business, I prided myself on being in front of people and getting in people's faces and working out with them in person, and now I have to take everything online, which I'm not tech savvy. I hate computers. I hate dealing with any type of technology. But my new goal is to get as educated as possible, have as many credentials as I possibly can, take the extra step that other people aren't taking, and now moving myself online and becoming an online coach. Everybody's out there creating content and acting as if they've done it 1,000 times before. I'm not that person. But with the changing of times, I need to change the way I am. And if you don't change, then you become stagnant. So
let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be
tomorrow. Yep. So tomorrow we're going to do a little workout.
What time?
Right here at 6 p.m. Thursday night, 6 p.m. We're going to be doing bands and bells workouts. So whether you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to make it a little bit heavier. So if you're using the same bell for the past 3, 4, 6 weeks, whatever it may be, we're going to load that bell a little bit heavier with some bands. We're going to show you some different movements that you might not have been doing, or the movements that you've been doing 100 times. We're going to load those with a band and a bell, make them a little bit harder.
Okay, now we this is going to blow up. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow night. We're giving superlatives away.
Yes.
We're giving...
Very excited about this part, because everybody wants a superlative. Now, you could give everybody a trophy, but not everybody could get the same superlative.
Not on Kenny TV, okay? Not gonna happen. So that's why we're so excited about tomorrow's workout. So we have to log on. It's gonna be a big one.
Yep.
Now, what if I don't have a band and a kettlebell?
Well,
what can you do for me?
What we're
It's
gonna
tomorrow.
Do, yep. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get yourself a gym bag, like a small gym bag, and you're gonna fill it with clothes and whatever else you can fill in there. Maybe some tools or something.
Wine bottle.
No, I wouldn't put a wine bottle because if you're swinging and dropping it, you don't want it to crack on you.
Some Restoration Hardware moss.
Whatever you could stuff in that bag
Okay.
to make it a little bit heavier,
Okay.
right? Stuff it in there,
Here
and
you
we'll
go.
use a gym bag instead.
Yeah.
All right, we'll tighten the straps and we'll use a gym bag, and I'll actually show you guys how to do that in a little bit.
Yeah, definitely do that.
That's a good segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. I'm gonna fill a gym bag with some stuff, show you guys how to make a little piece of equipment with it.
Awesome. I'm pumped. So we'll do that
Me
later.
too.
That'll be saved. You guys can rewatch that, and maybe we'll even make it a second segment to make sure that tomorrow's going to be off the wall, and everybody's going to be joining. And just because I keep on forgetting,
But I think it's crazy that we've been in quarantine now for 4 or 5, 6 weeks, whatever it is, depending on where you live.
you don't think it's crazy that somebody ate a bat soup and now we're
No, that's fucking even more weird.
okay.
I just think it's crazy that people have not yet invested in themselves. I'm not saying invest in gym equipment. I'm saying invest in yourself. Having some piece of equipment that you could use to better yourself will help you tremendously during this time. All right, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's going to change the way you feel, change the way you think, change the way you operate on a daily basis. Buy yourself a fucking piece of equipment, please.
Where can I get it? What if you had to pick like 3 pieces of equipment?
If I had 3,
You only have 3. Don't get on a tangent. You only have 3 pieces of equipment.
yeah,
You have to buy them. What are they? Where do I get them?
I get a kettlebell.
One kettlebell. How much? How much is it?
Depending on how much you weigh or what your level of skill is.
So how do you do that math? Like,
Well, I mean, you could have a 300-pound person who's never swung a kettlebell. I don't want you to get buying a 100-pound bell. So
Okay.
if you're, new to this, I mean, general rule of thumb, guys, you should have a 52-pound bell for the average, size male, 52-pound or 50-pound kettlebell, and for the ladies, something 30, 35 pounds, something around that.
all right, awesome,
so-
perfect.
so,
Now I know what's up.
Kettlebell.
Number
and
2.
Then band, definitely a band, some sort of long band, short bands. We got a couple examples over there. Yeah, I got a couple different thicknesses here. All right, so one of these bands, one of these monster bands, super effective, and you could bend them and twist them and do whatever you need to do and make equipment heavier. So a band, a kettlebell, and I guess if you don't want to ruin your floors, I would get some sort of mat. Something where like if you drop the kettlebell or you're sweating all over the place, you're not ruining your rugs and your floors. That's just a housekeeping thing. You don't necessarily need a mat. But yeah, I mean, a band and a bell is pretty much all you'll need right now. I would get a weight vest, be cool too. But then you start getting in the weeds, like all the shit you need. So a band and a bell are 2 different things.
And you could do a ton with that, right?
And you could do 1,000.
And if you don't get the mat, you probably just need like a good sander, maybe some spackle or something that could patch your floor.
Or if you're a contractor, you probably have something you could lay down a piece of plywood. Or
Yeah, that's not either of us. So now, where can I get them? COVID-19 has screwed everything up.
Everything up. I got a buddy. His name's Mark Miller. I've been posting about him a lot. He's been selling equipment all over the tri-state area. He's been killing it. He's a little pricey, but he's giving you something that nobody else could give you during this time. Everything's expensive these days. And then I know a lot of the other outlets are sold out of a lot of things. I know Rogue Fitness and a bunch of other companies don't really have any equipment. Sornex, I'm not too sure if a lot of you guys out there might know what it is, but Sornex down in South Carolina is an American-made equipment company. They have a ton of great stuff. Elite FTS has some great stuff. Kettlebell Kings is another one. They have some kettlebells and stuff that you could get. So I would check a lot of big ones. Perform Better. There's 1,000 places. I don't know what the status of everyone's stuff is right now as of April 22nd, but
yeah, I mean that's what was it? Mark Miller. Is that his real name? That sounds too cool.
That's his name.
That's awesome. Okay, so you could definitely get it, and then the information will be
Yeah,
where.
well, I could put that stuff up.
Okay, good, because you literally can't get this stuff. I don't know now that you found some place.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, expensive is a joke nowadays. I'd pay $100 for a bottle of rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
So
Lysol wipes are overpriced. I mean, everything's overpriced. So when people are bitching about, like, you know, I could use soap and water as a supplement to Lysol. I can't use my couch as a supplement to a piece of equipment.
yeah, I mean, and the good thing is we have the Glenfiddich. Let's pour ourselves some more first of all. While we're doing, we also have some monkey shoulder, but we're both fans of the Fiddich.
Thank you, Shem Blum.
Thank you, Shamblum. And this is what I use instead of rubbing alcohol. So for all your rubbing alcohol needs, I use a 15-year.
This will clear anything up.
This will clear anything up. And what you hear right now is the dog getting Havana is getting her wad in, running around like a lunatic. See, it even gets her pumped
She's
up.
got 15 laps on the couch, and then she's gonna do 22 barks.
Yeah, a few burpees and a couple poops. Let's see. Let's take some more questions. Okay, I hope when this quarantine's over, let's see. A couple waves. Oh, somebody recommended a water jug. Duh, why don't we say that? A water jug,
for
a
sure.
brick.
I don't own a water jug.
Yes.
Like a bottle of water is most of the time that's what all I have. But yes, if you have a water jug, I mean,
Or just fill something up that holds water.
yeah,
That
for sure.
can't
But
fuck
most
things
of the
up.
time, people don't have those 5-gallon drums, you know, like. And what annoys me, I know so many people. I'm going to take so much shit for saying this because I've taken shit for saying it before.
You've been
If
taking
I'm
shit
doing
your whole
this with this bottle,
of Glenfiddich.
it's not doing anything, right? So again, invest in a $5 band or a $10 band. You're going to get so much more out of that band than you will out of this 12-ounce bottle, 14-ounce bottle, whatever the fuck.
Probably a lot more than 12 ounces.
22 ounces.
All right, a friend of mine, Dr. Bash, wants a kettlebell. What can we do to hook her up? I think we should give away a kettlebell for a superlative if we can get one ourselves.
I could get them from my buddy Mark, but I will I'll put you in touch with Mark.
I will put you. Okay, put me in
he'll
touch with
drive
Mark.
it out to her place. It's going to be pricey, but he'll get you the equipment you need.
Pricey is overrated now. Even though we're all broke because our businesses are going to
no
hell.
one's
We're all
working.
out of work, and we get it. But if you're gonna spend money on something, honestly, my two top things are cheeseburgers and kettlebells. That's just me.
Yeah,
That's just me.
for sure.
Okay, so Dr. Bash, you got a kettlebell coming to you because your question was so
well,
intuitive.
I can get you that.
Okay, backpacks too. We got a lot of other stuff. Let's see. Shem thinks his interview is going great. We really appreciate you, Blum. The Blumski. We wouldn't. This interview is getting better and better the more we drink. Obviously, amen, buddy. Let's see. Let's catch up to where we are with these questions.
How many minutes are we in on this thing?
Probably like 4 hours. I mean, it feels like 4 hours in, and everybody keeps on. Oh, Evan's cool. Evan's. They keep on asking about Evan and bananas and stuff.
Those guys are great. I
Those
was
guys
just
are
actually
great.
texting with Johnny. I was going to get him on one of these episodes.
Yeah, last time I hung out with Johnny, it was crazy. It was literally bananas, and we can't say a lot of that stuff on air. Obviously, a lot of people are asking about going back to the challenges, but that's just in the past, man. Right? We got bigger and better
Yeah,
things to do.
we got better things to do.
Yeah, sometimes you just I can't concentrate with Kenny trying to kill my dog. Go Havana, go play with Kenny. Ooh, hi from Bali. Why are we not in Bali?
I heard it's a safe place out there.
It seems like a safe place, and the pictures are so small. I think I want to go to Bali. Okay, so wait again. You're gonna have to keep on repeating this. Tomorrow is gonna be the workout of all workouts.
Workout of all workouts, bands and bells. I got an ebook coming out, right? So I've been working on this for like 3-4 weeks now on just bands and bell workouts. So if you get your band and bell, right, and you can't run back to the gym right away, I'm gonna have a workout for you daily on bands and bells, stuff that you can do every day, daily stuff. And I'm not looking to crush you or kill you. That's not the goal of a trainer.
But if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you better, right? So they're not going to be these long, crazy workouts. Some of them are going to be long. Some of them are going to be short. We want to hit all the energy systems at different times, at different points of the week. So
But we really, what does a workout look like for people that haven't done a virtual workout? I mean, I actually, for the first time, saw it yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm not looking just to make you guys sweat. I want you guys to learn a little bit of something, because when I'm not around, if you're by yourself or you want to kind of do your own thing, you have the knowledge and understanding of what you need to do. Prep works is some sort of like general warm-up work, more sport-specific work. If we're going to get into kettlebell swings or whatever, what are some primer movements that we could do to become more efficient? We do the actual workout, and then we do some sort of cool down and maybe a little bit of happy hour afterwards. We'll have some drinks.
Okay.
Because I never tell people not to drink or not to have a good time, because part of living a healthy, balanced life is enjoying yourself as well. Now, if you're enjoying yourself more than you're working, that becomes a problem.
Yeah, it's about balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so now on this Zoom, I want to know what it physically. I think a lot of people, because I really, we've had a lot of people look at this, and I want to see a lot of new faces on this workout tomorrow. So what do I have to do? I have to set up my computer.
Yeah,
I have to
you just
get on
set up-
Zoom. I mean,
yeah.
I've been Zoom meeting like crazy.
We've made it as simple as possible. Christy has made it seamless in the fact that you go on, it's set up on an Eventbrite, so we just put up the link, you swipe up, you pay your $10, you're in the Zoom class, you get in, and I take it from there, and I make sure everyone is doing what they need to do.
Why the hell is it only $10? I'm seeing so many other people with so many other higher prices. And
I
is
wanna
this a
make-
COVID?
I
A
don't
COVID
want,
special? That's
sure.
That's
And
a sick price.
I don't want anybody to say I couldn't afford it. I've been dropping prices like crazy because I don't want people to use the excuse. We have 1,000 excuses a day on why we can't work out or why we don't want to do something. So I want to make it the barriers of entry so low that everyone could be like, yeah, all right, I could do that. So I want everyone to be in there and learn, because there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's so much free shit out there. Whatever you want to do is accessible. You can look it up on the internet. But to get into a community where people care and people want to push you, the entry is very low right now. So
That's killer, because I mean, it's like for $20 a week, you can go have 2 sick workouts with your own personal trainer who happens to be Mr. Beautiful himself.
And I don't do the workout myself, because when if I'm doing the workout and I'm focusing on what I'm doing, then I'm not watching you guys. So I tend to try to keep the workouts a little bit smaller. Tomorrow we're going to go a little bit bigger, but I tend to keep them a little bit smaller because I want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing. If you continuously move with shit form, then you're going to move like shit, and you're going to become shit. So we want to make sure you're efficient. We want to make sure you're moving as well as you possibly can to be as successful as you possibly can.
Because otherwise, it would just be a fucking workout video, right? Now this is because you did this too, and I was watching, and honestly, I was getting tired, and I felt like I did it myself vicariously. But I was watching you. You would do the motions. You'd show it 2 or 3 times, and then you'd be on your kneeling down, watching everybody, correcting people. So it really is like an intense program, and really a dialogue between you and the people that are in your class.
For
now,
sure.
what if so $10? That's bananas. Not Johnny. That's just bananas in general. What if I want you to be? What if I can't make it Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff? Can you come out?
Well, nobody has an excuse why they can't make it at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
However, if you cannot make it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6,
I pray for an hour. Okay.
yeah, very simple. Reach out to me, DM me. If there's enough demand for other times or another day, then we could make that happen for sure.
So you do private lessons.
Private lessons. We could
Private
do
coaching.
remote programming. I put up most of the workouts that we do, or I do at least on a daily basis or weekly. So reach out to me. There's plenty of content. And I also have not only a Bands and Bells workout coming out, but I also have a whole running manual, running workout. I had mentioned that before. In my opinion, there's 2 types of runners. There's people who run too much and end up getting hurt, and beating the hell out of themselves. And then there are runners who don't want to run, who hate it, and don't even know they're runners yet. So how do I convince the runners who run too much to start focusing on strength training? Sorry about that.
That's how I feel about running, honestly.
And yes, and then the people who hate running, how do I get them to enjoy the process and enjoy that runner's high, because it's a real thing and I want you to feel it.
Lovely. Okay, so I can do personal sessions. I can do group sessions. We want, you know what? Why don't we let
Sessions
people
on your own.
You could do sessions on your own. I mean, that's really what it's about. Is about getting the information. But I think from reading all these awesome comments, people want you. People want to be pushed. People want to see you do it, and they want to see they want to do it in a group atmosphere. Because honestly, I didn't think you could recreate that because I've seen you working out in the gym. I've seen you in person with other people playing your 80s music, doing your like footloose dancing and stuff like that. I understand the culture of everything from CrossFit and group training and circuit training and stuff and what you guys have put together. But for the first time, when that workout was done and everybody was like talking and interacting with each other and asking you questions, I was like, oh my God, everybody's at home, but I feel like it's just that same energy.
Still a good community.
Yeah. You really created a community. I mean, I know a lot of people are doing this, but you really create that community atmosphere where you're with like-minded people and, we all have shit to do. But I think that's something that's going to really last when this is over.
And one of the things that people mention sometimes is like, what if I fail? What if I can't do it? Well, you can't fail, right? It's the amount of effort you put in. I know what effort looks like, and I know what people who are not trying looks like. And as long as you're trying to become better and you're pushing yourself and I know the difference between the two. So as long as you're trying, then you're golden. If you're not trying, I'll call you out and I'll let you know that you're not doing it.
You have no problem doing that whatsoever. I know that. I've seen it happen. I think you've crossed a couple lines, but I've never seen people happier with
you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Yes, exactly. They want to know, let's see, Her Fit Journey, wants to know, are you going to do these chats after the quarantine? Because this has been so insightful. She didn't really have enough time to type in that it's the host of the show, but more the subject. Yeah. So are you gonna do this?
I think we're gonna start making this a real thing. I've been talking about a podcast for quite some time, and I think eventually we'll have to get into that.
Yeah, hell yeah. And Sarah Nicole also says, come to Chicago. Come visit to Chicago. Bring Jerry, Evan, and Johnny. I don't know if that's me, Jerry, or
I think it is you, Jerry.
At Jerry Rott.
The only other Jerry out there is Jerry Iorio.
Is Jerry? Thanks. So we're going to Chicago.
Chicago, here we come.
Here we come. Sarah, can we stay with you? That's the question because we need some place to hang out in Chicago.
You fancy rich guys, we can find somewhere nice to stay.
Yes, exactly. Let's see what else. The shoulders, squats going on. Oh, let's talk about the superlatives. What we're really because, like I said, I want everybody here needs to be on this tomorrow.
Okay, so if you're on the Zoom tomorrow, right? We have 4 superlatives we're giving out.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so I think champions should be rewarded. I think we should give people things for doing well. All our frontline workers, all the nurses and doctors, they deserve all the praise they could get. And, the Strong New York team has been sending them food, and we're going to start sending out some gift bags. I got some pallets of Fit Aid going out to them. So another sponsor of our show, Fit Aid or Life Aid Beverage. Those guys have been incredible. So we're going to send them some stuff via Life Aid Beverage. But the number 4 superlative, okay? And this is going to get you a gift card to the Committed Pig.
Somehow I got suckered into this shit.
Okay. You get your gift card to the Committed Pig. You could order online. If you don't live in the New Jersey area, I don't think you're gonna have any.
You got to come to Jersey.
Yeah. Could you send them coffee or something?
We can mail some shit.
Yeah.
We'll mail some shit.
We can mail them a hat or something.
We'll mail you a hat.
So we're gonna get you something from the Committed Pig, and the 4th superlative is
most likely to fail.
Most likely to fail. Okay? So even if we do pick on you and we give you a little bit of shit, or I give you a little bit of shit for not trying, if you do pick it up and you start to try a little bit, that 4th place is for you. 3rd place, all right, or the 3rd superlative we have is who brings the energy. So we want to give something to the people who, you don't have to be the best in class, but if you're showing the most energy and people are excited that you're in class and you kind of change the way the group feels, I mean, that's you. And we're going to get you not only a gift card, to the Committed Pig, but we're also going to send you a little present via Strong New York, a little gift bag, so be prepared for that. Second superlative, or third superlative here, is the who's the best dressed. So come dressed to impress. Make sure you are wearing your best Instagram outfit or your best workout outfit, whatever it is.
Or not wearing.
Or, yeah, if you come naked, that's even better.
I'm going to be doing the superlatives.
And then our final superlative is most likely to succeed. All right, so that person who's grinding away and pushing and is right there and is moving as fast as they can and doing all the things. Now, you don't have to be the best athlete to be the most successful. It's the person who's giving, like I said, I notice what effort is, and I want to give us some prize to that. And you're going to get the biggest grand prize of them all, and we'll share that tomorrow night on the Zoom call, on the Zoom workout.
And that link is found.
And that link, we will, I'll put it right in my bio. So the link will be right in the bio. You just click on it, swipe up, do whatever you got to do.
And Anonymous says, I'm not going to mention her name, she is going to bring the most energy and the biggest boobs.
Holy moly.
We appreciate that. Let's see. K Betty 17 wants to know if you'll do it shirtless.
You know what? I tend to stay away from that stuff. You know, I am not as fit as I once was when I was younger.
I disagree, and I'm like a heterosexual male.
Yes. You know, it becomes a distraction.
Let's get a number. How many people have to join? How many people have to sign in tomorrow for Thursday's class for you to do last 5 minutes topless?
100 people.
100 people. Okay,
We gotta get 100 people.
You heard 100 people.
100 people.
100 people. I will make
I'm
sure.
gonna do the whole workout. I'll do the whole workout.
You do the whole workout.
The whole workout.
As soon as it hits 100 people, he's doing it topless.
So I might even do the whole Winnie the Pooh thing. I might keep the shirt on, pants off.
You know what? I like that. I like that even better. That's how I do my Zooms.
The Donald
honestly,
Duck.
Nobody knows that I'm pantsless in all my Zooms.
Yeah.
So you know what? Do you brush your teeth before Zooms?
Do I?
Yeah, like I'm such a weirdo. I feel like before I got a meeting, I brush my teeth and then I get on Zoom and I'm like, what the fuck did I just brush my teeth?
No,
for?
I brush my teeth in the morning and at night. I mean.
No, I know, but isn't that weird? That's like psychologically fucked up.
Yeah, I guess. So.
I want my breath to smell good for the computer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You don't
weird.
want the computer, writing a mean comment.
Yeah, like I'm like,
Jerry,
how's my
brush
hair
your
look?
teeth.
Brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Good shirt, no pants, or
Okay.
pajama pants.
Okay, so let's play a little game with you.
With me?
You have a lot of important meetings. You do a lot of big games. Would you rather have your hair completely messed up
Oh, fuck.
or your teeth dirty for a very important meeting?
Shit. I'm gonna go with hair completely messed up.
Really?
Yeah, and you know how big of a hair guy I am.
Okay.
Especially because my dentist may be watching. That I don't. Your teeth. That's like hair's like, oh, you could fix that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, oh, he rolled out of bed. He's a scumbag. But I own all my companies, so most of the people that I'm in meetings with are kind of there for me.
They know you're at.
So I could be like, oh, fuck my hair. But then somebody with like nasty teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, no. What about you? If you had so obviously you would pick is it fucked up teeth or just like dirty teeth?
Yeah, no, your teeth are the way they
It looked
look,
like
just.
It looked like you just ate an Oreo.
Yeah, you just look like you ate a brownie and it stuck to your teeth. And stuff.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I got one more for you.
Okay, bring it.
Would you rather drive a piece of shit car but have a beautiful house, or a beautiful car and a piece of shit house?
And the option for having both is not there.
The option for having both, which you do, is not an option. Right?
Okay,
You either have to show up everywhere in a piece of shit car, right? And people are like, "Oh my god, this guy," or have this gorgeous mansion, or you have a beautiful car where everybody, anytime you show up somewhere, is like, "Oh my god, this guy."
the car I have.
But you have this teeny little house.
You know what? I think maybe like before COVID-19 and how this affected money and put shit in perspective of like money and health and just normal things of life. I would have been like, I wanna show up in a nice car and like show people, like when you show up to a meeting, because I have to take investors on and, bankers and lawyers and stuff like that, you kind of want that respect to a degree. But now with this whole thing, it puts money in perspective. So I think I'd take the shitty car. I'd show up in whatever shitty car you want to buy me, and I'd want a sick house because when this COVID thing is fucking over, we love to entertain. How many times do we have the best times? And we've traveled the country. We've done so many crazy events when we were younger. We've done so many things, and I think the best times we've had have been
when you're broke.
Is when you're when we were broke. Did you right?
Yeah.
People would always ask like, "What do you and Kenny do?" Like,
It
and
was
I'm
always
like,
more fun when we were broke.
yeah, it was like nothing. Like we'd fucking lay in bed and be like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?"
One of the most important things that anytime I meet with someone, whether it's a lawyer or anybody generally when it's guys wearing suits, and you see a guy his suit's like oversized or it's not tailored or it's messy.
Yeah, that's rough.
Is it worse to have a messed up suit or shitty shoes?
No, the suit. You know what? I mean, and I'm a shoe guy. We will take a tour of the shoes. Yeah. But no, if you're not in a fit suit, I don't even make it down to the shoes.
Right? Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how quickly you judge? You don't want to. Everybody's like, "Oh, you shouldn't judge." But like, it's so second nature.
In business, it's a fact of life.
Oh my God.
Like if somebody came into my house and I was having them over for dinner and they were wearing, a 42 and they're obviously a 38 short,
yeah.
And it's not tapered or something like that. Like I wouldn't give a shit. But if somebody's coming to apply for the CFO position of my company and he looks like he doesn't understand, how to put himself together and present himself, that reflects in every other part of his life. How is he going to how is he going to look in front of the customers? How is he going to look in front of other clients? How is he going to hold himself? So judgment is, there's nobody like less judgmental than me. You know that. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately in the society, if you want to make money and be successful and we throw a lot of money at philanthropy and we do a lot of, charity work and stuff and take care of other people too. But you got to play the part, you got to do it. And sometimes you don't even want, we've been in that position, right? Sometimes we don't want to walk like a duck and quack like a duck, but when you get those opportunities, you got to spend that time and you got to put that suit on and you got to find those shoes and do what you got to do for the people that are, that are going to make you. So
it's very important.
Let's see. Can we won a date for the Committed Pig with him? No, because we're not allowed to seat anybody. So it would be a Zoom date. We could give a Zoom date.
Zoom date. We'll send a Mr. Beautiful burger to your house.
To your house. You have to live in the Jersey area.
Yep. I'll sit right here and eat a Mr. Beautiful burger, and we'll have a beautiful date.
Yes, but that's if we get 200 people. If we get 200 people, then then KTD 13 gets to eat a beautiful burger with you, which we actually just had.
Yes, we did just have it. It's the best burger. Yeah. And hopefully tomorrow night we could actually do a cooking burgers. Show.
A cooking show.
Yes, I want to do a cooking show with Jerry on how to make the Mr. Beautiful burger with Mr. Beautiful.
That's awesome. I'm like really excited for this workout tomorrow. And everybody else seems to be too. There's going to be a lot of people going on this. I'm trying to go through these comments. Anybody else have any other questions?
Questions, comments, concerns. What time are we at? Because I could only put up an hour video on my show.
Oh yeah, it feels like a long. I think we should cut it off. I think we did it well. Let me see. This is my house. A lot of people are asking about the house.
Yeah, it's a beautiful house. I'm not this well off.
He is as well off, but he prefers to live a simple life. He went with the shitty house and shitty car in his comment. I thank everybody that loves the Committed Pig because there's a lot of comments coming through with that.
Really?
I know. Fucking hey, thanks for mentioning that. Oh, we are on DoorDash now.
Committed Pig is on DoorDash.
Yeah, so that's like that just as of today. So we have to recognize that. Start ordering some shit on DoorDash so we can afford fun lighting for Kenny to talk in the Restoration Hardware Winston Churchill chair.
This is going to be my consolation prize. I want this chair.
Yeah, there's no shot he's getting the fucking chair. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, not happening. Okay, Jerry and Kenny, I challenge you guys to do.
Challenge us to what?
Jerry and Kenny, I challenge you guys to do a partner shoulder ride squat now. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
I don't know it
I don't
either.
know. I don't know. If I knew what it was, I'd say, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah. Come on, Jerry and Kenny. And with a partner shoulder squat. This he likes it in like it in the now. Okay. Yeah, see, we should have somebody that could read actually do this. Come on. Oh, actually, there's a lot of people. Come on, do a partner shoulder ride squat. What the fuck is this? What? Oh, good question from Jess Fernandez. What the fuck is a partner roll squat shot? And why is everyone asking for it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Jerry and Ken. Okay, so we're gonna
skip that.
We're gonna skip that. We're gonna end on a positive note. And
Thank you guys so much. Jerry, thank you so much for creating this beautiful studio. Thank you for all watching. And this was episode 1 of the Mr. Beautiful Finds Your Beautiful. Join us next time for our very special guest. I don't know who it is yet, but it will be someone who is very special. And we'll see you guys then.
Yes. And tomorrow. Let's talk about this tomorrow. We better see everybody that
Tomorrow.
signed on and everybody that's going to watch this live tomorrow. Give me it one more time. What's that link? Right in your bio.
Tomorrow night. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Zoom. Links in my bio. See you guys there.
Woo! I have to just make sure you save it. Or else I get in trouble. Bye, guys. Love you.
From who?
Bye, Jess.